with Althea. Today is Sunday and we will be making our favorite, one of our favorite, curry goat and gungo rice and peas. Now, I'll just go ahead and show you some of the ingredients that I will be using today. Today I'm using the Better Pack curry. That is my curry of choice and I believe it's one of the #1 curry. I am using my all-purpose seasoning that has a lot of seasoning in it already, so yeah, I won't be using a lot of different spices because I'm using my all-purpose, and salt, also garlic powder and some ground black pepper. Here I have my famous Scotch bonnet pepper. Scotch bonnet pepper. I like to use the green pepper as well as the yellow. The green one brings another flavor to the meat. I am going to use some ginger root, a little piece, not all of this, just a little piece to burn in the oil. You know, when you're cooking curry, some people's stomach sensitive to the curry, so I will use some burnt ginger as well, and some I will place on. I will also be using our pimento seeds, but I will be crushing that. About a half a tablespoon of pimento seed. I'll be using onions, escallion, I mentioned garlic before, and then we'll be adding to our rice. You can add, most Jamaicans love, they don't feel that they're eating curry goat and rice and peas or white rice without some banana, green banana at the side of it, and some fried plantains to top it off. So I'll be using like a cup and a half of rice for today. It's not many people that we're serving, so it won't make a lot of rice. And I've already pre-seasoned my meat because I like to do that. I bought a whole goat and I made portions and I seasoned them. So we have here like about 4 pounds of goat meat. I did already add like a tablespoon of salt and about the same with black pepper. The curry now, I love to burn my curry in the oil, so I did not add the curry to the meat as yet. I am going to put some in the oil, and I'll also go ahead and add a little more on the meat. Now we'll be using thyme as well. Remember, it's all about the taste, so even whenever you're cooking, you go ahead and you taste your meat at times. Some people cook without tasting. My dear mother, she can cook, so she cooks without even tasting. She has that season in the hands that God gave her. But you could taste your meat while cooking and add flavor to it, add more spice. If you feel it's missing something, you could go ahead and add it to bring out the best flavor in your food. Yeah, so that's basically it for starter. So we have our oil in our pot and our coconut milk and peas in the pot here, and the oil. I'm going to heat up my oil. It's not heated yet. I don't believe it's like a 3/4. I did not measure this really. It's like a 3/4 of not really 3/4, a half a cup of oil. Now I will heat up my oil, then I'll add the curry and a little ginger to burn. Also a piece of garlic as well to burn. Not too dark, but to burn a little bit. Alright, so basically that's what it's going to be for starters. So as we go along, we'll show it to you.
Alright, so for those who are not familiar with buying the actual goat, what type of goat should they be looking for, a male or a female goat, and why?
Well, personally for me, I like to buy the male goat, which we call the ram goat in Jamaica. Give me the ram goat. The ram goat carries, or the male goat, it carries a different flavor. And at times, sometimes when you use the female goat too, the meat gets frothy, you know when you're cooking it. But the male goat, it has a different taste, a nice taste. You always say we get the ram goat taste, flavor. The flavor is strong. The goat flavor is strong. So, and I don't I don't buy, I'm in the United States, so I don't buy goats in the supermarket. That's my choice. I will go to the goat bush and the farm, and I'll purchase the goat and get everything, the head, burnt head to make your money short and all of that. So that's how I do it. I really don't like buying the ones in the supermarket because I'm not sure what I'm getting. So I don't buy the goat in the supermarket. So I went to the farm and I got, that's why I said at the top of the video, I bought a whole goat and I did it in portions. I seasoned, yeah. So the male goat is the best one to use for me. Okay, for our gungo peas, I'm using 40 ounces of coconut milk, the dried coconut. Remember, I usually juice my dry coconut. I will be putting for starters a half a tablespoon of salt, and the same with black pepper. I am going to use a green pepper for the rice. You use a green pepper. I'm using some scallion and thyme as well. Yes, you could also add other spices that you like I would put some all-purpose seasoning in the rice. Yep, and remember you can add black pepper as well, and later on you could put a little butter with the rice. But we're bringing this to a boil, and then we'll add our rice and whatever else. I'll add some butter. Okay, at the top of the video I mentioned that I had already seasoned my goat, but I did not put I only seasoned with dry season. So now I'll be adding my pimento seeds, the half a tablespoon. I will be adding some onions and scallion. I like to use mostly green, because I'm going to add some green bell pepper. That's what I use. I don't really like to use color for the curry goat. I like to use the green seasoning, the onion, the scallion, and the pepper. Now I'll go ahead and fold it in and add your pepper as well. Now you put the pepper according to how you tolerate pepper, because for now I'm not able to tolerate too much of a spicy food, so I go light on my pepper. So the pepper you use according to how you can tolerate it. Yes, that's the best thing for now. So I'll go ahead and add my 1/4 tablespoon of curry to the pot like that. Maybe yeah.
Alright, so you already got your oil on the fire?
Yes, and it's heated. I will put some ginger. I'll put a little bit of the garlic. I'm not going to let them burn too long. And I also have my thyme.
Alright, so you're just burning the curry now?
Yeah. I'm burning the curry. And sometimes I'll add a little piece of the pepper along in the oil. Should use the green pepper though. Green pepper makes it nice. Alright. So now, see, you don't want the curry to be too burnt, to get black. So I'll start adding my goat to the pot. Some of the green seasoning we'll leave for the end, or you can always add more. When you're making your gravy, you could add some of the green seasoning. So for now, whatever is left in here, I'll leave that for later. Stir it in. Now, even though I've already added the curry to the oil, If you find that it needs a little more, you could always go ahead and add more curry to get the color that you're looking for. Yes, curry goat. Nice. Maybe I could add a little more curry. Yes, I am going to add a little more curry.
All right, now how long does the goat need to cook?
Well, depending on how old the goat is too. If you get a nice little young goat, maybe it take like an hour, hour and a half. But sometimes it goes longer. I definitely like cooking my meat, especially goat. I don't like to pressure. So I'll cook it for the length of time. If it's 2 hours, yes. But I believe the goat here that I have today, I was told at the farm that it's a young goat. So I believe it will be tender and cook within an hour and a half. Yeah, but as soon as you keep cooking, you could taste for the feel or also taste for the softness of the goat when it starts to get tender, chewable. Yes.
So let it cook on a low fire?
Medium range fire.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me add a little bit more curry. I added a little more curry because I wasn't satisfied with the color. And I don't just put the meat in and cover the pot. I like to turn it over for a little bit until like the color changes and it starts to spring in its own water. Then I cover the pot and let it cook. You'll in the process you will have to add water because sometimes the liquid dries out, so you will add water if necessary. So I'm stirring here, stirring on a medium fire. Let me make it sit down a little bit.
Alright, so you're just gonna let it cook down?
And then you cover the pot and make it cook. So here we have our coconut milk boiling with our peas. Our peas is already there. It's boiling. Our pepper, our scallion and thyme. Yeah, so as soon as it's cooked a little bit more, I'll go ahead and put the butter, also for rice. And
how long do the gungo peas need to cook?
maybe 30 minutes, 35 minutes. But yes, I am going to make my rice as usual in the oven today again. Okay, friends, see, I have this nice color. The goat is now taking more of a curry color. So, like it's not bloody anymore. The curry color is there. So what I will do is I will put the pot cover on and let it, Jamaicans would have said, spring its own water. Now I'll continue to watch the pot. If the water is drying out, I will add water until the meat is cooked and ready. So we will come back and show you when it's almost done, and I add the remaining amount of green seasoning, because I like to add the green seasoning at the end to get that thickness. We won't have a watery gravy. The green seasoning helps to give it body. Okay, so I'll close this now and have it simmer down. All right. Okay, friends, I am going to check the pot. Since I covered it, I want to see if there's still enough water in the pot. So here we go. Okay, so I have enough water. And if you notice, since I covered the pot, it is spring some water. But this water won't be able to cook it all the way. At some point, it's going to dry down. That's why we check it. And if it needs water, we'll add water. Now, you keep the water at a certain level. You see here, the water is right above the level of the meat. You don't have to fill the pot up with water. Just keep it at a certain level to cook. And then all the spice and will just marinate. Well, it's already marinated, but it also will marinate. You're not gonna put up too much water like you're drowning the meat. So there we go, and I think it's not yet done, but I think it's tasty. Let me get a little taste to see if I have all the flavor that I'm looking for. Yes, I have the flavor. Like I said, with the pepper, you can always add pepper to taste. And as always, I like to use a Scotch bonnet pepper because the Scotch bonnet pepper brings a nice flavor to the meat. So my husband loves his pepper, but my stomach is not good with the pepper right now. So I will be killing it with a lot of pepper. But the flavor is there, and that's all you want, to have your meat taste good, finger looking good. Everything have to taste nice. Curry goat nice. Okay, my lovely friends, my goat is cooked. See, it's tender. So what I'm about to do now is just to add a little more seasoning and let it simmer down. Simmer down. I like the taste that I have here. Nice flavor. You know, a friend of mine told me some people put a little white rum in the curry goat, but I don't. But if you want, you could just add a little top of white rum. I say it gives it a nice flavor. Yeah, so you see we have a nice thick gravy. So I'm just going to let it cook down a little bit and then we'll eat. Okay, so when we put it in our dish, we'll come right back at you. Nice curry goat, tastes good, flavor bad. So friends, our meat is cooked. We have a nice body here. The gravy has body. It's not runny. It's a little thick consistency. Not too thick and not too thin. So we're going to serve our plates and then we'll come back and show you how our gungo rice and peas and curry goat look. It's nice and the meat is tender. When I put the fork in, it goes right through. It goes right through. It's nice, not too soft, but chewable, tender. See? The fork goes right through. Nice. That's good. And the flavor is good too. I didn't have to add much of anything after I seasoned in the beginning. So there we have it, curry goat. But we'll show you our plate when we serve it on our plate. Okay friends, this is the end product of the rice. Remember in the beginning, I had the coconut milk, also the gungo peas. I cooked that for an hour and then I added my scallions and peppers and I always like, and a little butter. I always like to cook my rice in the oven. So this is the rice. I like my rice shelly. So there it is. So we're going to add it to our plate. Okay, my lovely friends, dinner is served. Here I have my plate with my curry goat. I added a little banana as well, and my gungo rice and peas, some string beans, and fried plantains. Dinner is served for two. So here we have just the string beans, plantain, and the curry goat, and our lovely fruit juice, pineapple, mango, carrot, and some lemonade and ginger, some lime and ginger. So we're about to sit down and feast on this dish. And I hope you enjoyed cooking with us today. Remember to like and subscribe and share. And thank you for watching Cooking Good with Althea. Thank you. See you next time with another Jamaican flavor dish. Jamaican American cuisine. Alright, thank you.